The other day I analyzed a song by Mr. Mister called Broken Wings, famous 80s song, and nobody really talks about the lyrics that much. They just sort of think it's a romantic tune, but I broke it down the other day and talked about how this is really this is a simp song, because it's a guy in a relationship that's in which the girl is clearly not interested in him anymore, but he's desperately appealing to her, saying, "Baby, all I know, you're half of the blood, flesh and blood that makes me go. I need you so." And of course that registers as romantic to the typical listener. That's why I think people listening to the song think that it's romantic, and maybe some women, I'm sure some women even swoon over it. But if you pay attention to the situation that he's talking about, it's actually rather pathetic. Although I've had one person challenge me on this, which is fine. I always welcome a challenge. But in the interest of balance, I thought, in thinking about what I was going to say to my challenger, who's also a friend of mine, even though we've only met once, but he commented on my passage, my video below on Broken Wings. I wanted to present a song from the same era. I think it's from maybe the same year, or possibly a year before. Maybe it came a little bit before. I want to say anyway. It's a song written from the perspective of a non-simp. A non-simp. We've got to, in the interest of balance, we've got to work in some songs like that, some pop songs where it's not some guy just abasing himself, willing to do whatever to make his woman happy, even when she's clearly not interested in him anymore for whatever reason. This one, the guy is sort of saying, "Look, let's just be straight with me. I know what's going on. I can tell. I'm not stupid. You can't just deceive me on this. You can't just freeze me out. You can't just ghost me." That's the way ghosting wasn't a word back then. That's basically the situation that he's in. The song I'm talking about is Huey Lewis and the News and their song "If This Is It." This is a song written from the point of view of someone, again, who's very aware that the relationship is over, that she's not into him anymore. Maybe she's into somebody else, but she doesn't want to confront it. She just wants him to just get the idea, like so many women. I'm sorry to say, but it's the truth. So many women are indeed like this. They don't want to just break up with you. They want you to just get the idea that they're not they're not into you anymore, so that you can move on without there being a big scene. Because they don't like to be confrontational. This is true for some men too, but I would argue that it's more of a feminine trait. It's more of a negative feminine trait to want to avoid confrontation, to want to avoid uncomfortable situations, to want to avoid saying, "Look, we should call this off. I've enjoyed being with you for the time we've been together, but I think it's best that we move on now." Blah blah. But there are a lot of women, and to be fair, some men also, who would just rather say, let the person just get the idea on their own. What Huey is saying, or what Huey's alter ego is saying in the song, he says, "I've been calling all night and morning. I heard you say, tell him I'm not home. You're pretending that it's not ending. Um, I've been your fool for so long. Okay, so, this is in part a confession. Huey admits, and somehow I want to say that this is Huey saying these words, just because when Huey Lewis relates to the listener, it's very much of a, you get the impression, oh, Huey Lewis is talking to me. He's got that kind of charisma as a front man. You don't think, oh well, he's stepping into this character. You think, oh, this is Huey sharing his love life with me. So girl, don't lie just to say you need me. Girl, don't cry and tell me nothing's wrong. I'll be all right one way or another. So let me go or make me want to stay. If this is it, please let me know. If this ain't love, baby, just say so. So yeah, it's a much more manly, direct kind of thing. Now, the problem is, he's sort of forcing the issue in a way that if this girl is as flaky as she sounds like she is, she's not. She's just going to continue ghosting after he says all this. But he's actually asking her to be better than that. He's challenging her to be her best self and to admit, to actually do him the favor, treat him with the dignity that a relationship with another human being deserves, and be straight with him, be level with him. The same way that Hamlet demands of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Look, tell me why you're here. I know why you're really here, but tell me why you're. But I want to hear it from you. I know you didn't just come on your own. I know this isn't just because you like me so much. I know you were sent for, right? And Rosencrantz and Guildenstern eventually break down and say, okay, yeah, you're right. We were sent for. We admit it. So Huey's trying to get his girl to do the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern thing, to get her to admit, yeah, you're right, I've been ignoring you. I've been ducking your calls. That wasn't right of me. I'll just admit, I've met someone else, and I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you. But that's the way it is. So this, I would say, to my interlocutor below, this is a song which, unlike Broken Wings, looks at this situation in a clear-headed way and comes to at least reasonable, says, come on, tell me the truth, asks her to level with him. Now, maybe this isn't the most, maybe there still is something slightly simpy about this, because maybe he should just say, all right, I'm moving on. I won't call her anymore. I won't text her anymore, even though texting wasn't a thing in the 80s. I won't try to flag her down and get her to say what's really up. I'll just move on. Maybe that would be the most manly thing to do. But I would say that Huey Lewis, but then again, maybe there is something to be said for, asking a fellow human being to step up and be their best self when they're showing an inclination not to be their best self. Instead, showing an inclination to be avoidant, out of a desire to avoid confrontation. So I would offer I would offer the notion for your consideration that Huey Lewis's if this is it, is the correct response to the broken wings scenario, rather than begging and pleading and saying, "Oh, I want you so much. Come on, let's get back together. We can revive our glory days, and the book of love will open up for us and let us in." Maybe this is I think, modeling a better way of handling it. What do y'all think? Thanks for hearing me out, and please let me know what your thoughts are.